Yesterday, the fixtures for the 24-25 Premier League season were announced, and it became clear that Bournemouth were away to Nottingham Forest, but we're at home for the last game of the season and also on Boxing Day as well. I've got the main man with me, Tom Jordan. How are you? What was your immediate reaction when you saw those fixtures? Happy? Yeah. Any weird runs?
I think the most noticeable is probably that we end badly in terms of fixtures on paper. But as I said to you, and I've said previously, I don't mind that because I feel like, well, if you've done your job in the season, then when you're playing the City away, Arsenal away, it doesn't actually matter, which is a great position to be in. So yeah, that'll be up to us. I liked the first game. I do. If you've watched the away show, you know that I quite like Forest away. Yeah. We do all right there as well. They haven't beat us in nearly a decade. And I quite like going there. Good away day, so really nice to start, not too far. Love the fact that we're finally, this is the first time ever in the Premier League, we're at home on the final day. Yeah. And then I always just have a little look at Boxing Day, like to be at home, which is nice. And then, yeah, spend Valentine's Day in Southampton. And
what's this you noticed about West Ham's fixtures?
They don't leave London until November. We've done about 2,000 miles of that time.
That's unbelievable.
Crazy.
Well, look, in yesterday's video, you will have seen that we went through month by month. We checked out the mileage, the average league position as well. But on this show, it's all about the tier list. You want to know more? Stay tuned. Like every podcast on Back of the Net, this episode is sponsored by Green King Sport, where football is more than a game.
So make Green King your go-to destination for every single Euros game. They're all televised, so get in there for delicious food and refreshing beverages. And with 900 sports pubs dotted around the UK, chances are you're within walking distance of your local Green King.
And let's be honest, watching football is much better with friends and family, so get the squad together for each Euro 2024 game for an atmosphere worth sharing. And you know what? There have been some big games so far. Alas, the AFC Bournemouth contingent haven't yet clocked up any points. But look, there's time in the bank yet. Come on, Ryan Christie. Actually, no, don't say that.
No, I was quite impressed by his performance because he didn't do anything. And obviously, when you're there as well, don't forget to download the Green King Sport app. You get loads of competitions and discounts. There's a sweepstake thing on there at the moment where it's if you get randomly generated a team that are in the Euros. When they're on, 3 points. So come on.
Absolutely love that.
Especially when you get France.
Especially when you get France. So look, we're going to go through each of the teams and we're going to see how many points we think we should be getting from them with our tier list. Do you remember our cheeky little tier list that we did? There are a number of categories there. Yeah. There are 6 categories. Yep. Are we going to get nothing? Are we going to get a solitary point? Are we going to get 2, 3, 4? Or 6, we will work it out. But Tom,
yes,
you know the thing that really interests me?
Go on.
Is we did this thing last season as well.
We did.
Do you remember? And it'd just be interesting to compare and contrast how we fared versus what we thought we would. Right then, so firstly, we'll do it in alphabetical order. Okay. We'll keep it simple. Arsenal, what did we say last season? We said simply nout, and look how it transpired, Tom. I mean, they were a class above last season, weren't they? They really were.
Last season for Arsenal fans, I think was the first one I felt they did all they could. I know that sounds silly because they didn't win it, but when you're against a team like Man City, I thought in the league they, take it to the last day. Whereas previously under Arteta, I think bottle's a horrible word, but you think, they let themselves down. And the season prior to that, I think they let themselves down for 4th. So they're just getting stronger. Declan Rice will be massive. I'm going to have to go. Let's just move on and just put we're not going to get anything.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
We're not going to get anything.
I think that one's going to be a very tricky one indeed. But could we? But could we indeed? Okay then, Aston Villa. We said we would get a single point. And Tom, we were right. I mean, nearly 3 points, but for Ollie Watkins scoring that header in the dying embers of the game. Obviously at their place, we were just not good whatsoever. They just mauled us in that game. But the first one we were competitive, but I felt as though we probably could and should have won it. But then, you can see he's such a classy striker, and classy strikers do what he did that day.
It's one of them ones where I remember going into it and thinking, if we can get a point against Villa, it'd be a big point. And then we played so well, and it was right in the death. It was really frustrating that we didn't see the 3 points over the line. But Villa had an unbelievable season, so it's no mean feat there. Because I'd probably set a point thinking they wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
So impressed. I feel like, especially under Emery, we struggled at Villa Park, and I think they're very, very strong at Villa Park. And we have got them quite late on at Villa Park, where they might potentially need something, might be at the Champions League, and I think that'll be too tough for us. But at home, at home, I think we could. Oh, I never know. Yeah, I'm going to stick with a point, mate.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to stick with a point. I'm going to stick with it, mate.
Brentford. So we said that we would get 4 from Brentford. In the end, we only ended up getting 1, and that was at their place. And that was a dying embers goal as well, and Buemo capitalising on Kirkes' slip. And of course, it was the last home game of the season for us, where they won 2-1. A lot of people I've been seeing just like early fixture predictions. It's absolutely pointless doing these kind of where do you think we're going to finish like tables just yet, because there's going to be activity. But a lot of people at this point in time are saying, they could be in the mix for relegation.
I think people are looking at the fact that Tony, you'd expect to go. And I think there's also been murmurings, I don't think he'll actually go, but if Thomas Frank, like a few clubs are looking at him, could take the wheels off a little bit. And it feels like they've overachieved for their squad. And I think they've done really well, actually. But yeah, I know what you mean. I personally, like I say, as I'm sat here right now, I predict the 3 that have gone up to go straight back down. I think there's a gulf. But if there were going to be a team that are like kind of Premier League, they've been there for a while, that doesn't surprise me that people are saying they could get sucked in. But yeah, we don't know about the transfer business and stuff like that. I'm gonna repeat again. I'll go. I want to go 6, but. No, I think it's still a tough place to go. I'm going to go 4. We'll beat them at home this time, and another point at their place. Yeah, I'll be positive on that and go with 4.
Okay, 4. There you go. And Brighton, last season, we said a single point, but I don't want to give you that. We took 3.
We did.
So we were maybe a little bit more pessimistic, but obviously we didn't know what was going to happen under Iraola. At their place, we weren't overly great, but we never seemed to be.
Well, took the lead though, didn't we?
We got a few big wins there before, but I don't know. It seems that the tide is turning in that it always favours the home side, and that proved to be the case when they came to us as well. Yeah,
they were. I couldn't believe how poor they were at our place, and I mean we played well. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a weird one, Brian, because they've been brilliant, played some good football. There's just a part of me that thinks. You look at surprise packages the other way, but you also, quite often at the start of the season, we probably did it with Wolves. A lot of people did it with Wolves last season, where you thought, could they drop? And obviously we were wrong. Wolves done well. And I'm looking at Brighton and thinking, not to go down, but it wouldn't shock me if they decline a little bit and go like bottom half, something like that.
Well, they've got an unknown entity now, and it's so Brighton, but they pluck a manager out of nowhere that no one's heard of. And it could go either way, like you say. So I think there's more of a chance of that. Yeah,
but then as you say that, it makes you think they always get it right. I still think they'll be absolutely fine, don't get me wrong. I just wonder if we're close to them again. I wonder if we can compete with them in terms of league positions as well. I'm going to go with what happened, not what we said, what happened last season, and go with a 3. Yeah. Same again, and go that we'll have too much from at home, but they'll beat us at their place.
Chelsea then next. We said that we'd get 3 points from them. Whether those points we said in the show, whether they would have come away, possibly, because we usually do well there. This time, just the solitary point. That was a 0-0, our only 0-0 last season. And they were a side last season that disappointed at the start, but they grew into it and then finishing top 6 like a steam train, really. This season, what do you expect? It's going to be a difficult one?
Weird, mate. Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen there. Obviously, they've brought in Maresca from Leicester. So, be interested to see what happens. I look at it, and this what obviously plays a massive part in. We didn't know how Chelsea were going to get on last season. They started poorly, but so did we. So the 0-0 makes sense in that context. It was annoying that we had them right at the end, because then they picked up and they kind of needed it to make sure they're in Europe. So it was frustrating, because if we were playing them at other points, you think we potentially could have beaten them. It's difficult. I'm going to go with a point.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I think they'll be a bit stronger.
Are you doing this being optimistic, pessimistic, or just down the middle, really? Are you
Realistic as always, mate.
realistic as always? Right then, Crystal Palace, we said we would get 3 points. They were one of two sides, I think. We got the double over. We won at their place. Of course, Senesi and Kiefer Moore, but also at home as well as a late goal in a 1-0 win.
Was it Clivert for that one?
Yeah, it was, Patrick Clivert, a really emphatic finish as well.
And that was against Glasgow's Palace, by the way, who they're going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
But I look at it in two ways with Palace. They're going to be a lot better on the Glasgow, in my opinion. They could lose Elise, they could lose Eze.
Yeah. And those are the two players that you always look at as being their main threats. And if they lose them, then that could be quite worrying. I'm sure they're going to be, other teams might be doing these kind of videos and saying the same thing about Dom Solanke, for instance.
No, absolutely. But equally, they've got some young players. We just saw Mark Gay play really well in the opener for England. Adam Wharton's got in the squad. He's coming from. They're young.
And they've got more players in England's squad than any other.
Men's on it. What? And I still think Mitchell should have got in at left back, actually. Yeah. But yeah, it's always tough pass. But I always feel like we always beat Palace at least once, don't we? 3.
Yeah. You know what? It's like we've got the same brain time.
One mind.
We knew that. Right, against Everton, we said 3 points.
We got 3, didn't we?
We got 3. Fortuitously, I would say, because, Neto dropped a bit of a clanger and they equalised. But then I think Coleman with the own goal to make it 2-1. At their place, we were poor.
Dismal at their place.
So we were bang on with that. Congratulations with that prediction. As for this season, though, I mean, who knows what to expect from Everton? Is it going to be another season where they're up against it? It is their last full season at Goodison Park. Now, their new stadium's due to be ready by the end of the year. Whether they'll move in before that, I don't know. I don't think so. So I think they've extended the lease. So we've got another horror day at Goodison Park to come, mate. So that'd be nice.
We never, I've said this before, we never leave Goodison happy. The only time we won there, we were relegated. We will lose at Goodison.
Yeah.
I know we'll lose at Goodison, but I know we'll beat them at home. I'm going 3 again.
Yeah,
I think that one's quite comfortable in my head anyway. But as for what'll happen with Everton, probably a really underwhelming season and they'll finish 16th and be absolutely fine because that's Everton.
There you go. Next then is Fulham Football Club. Last season we said a solid 3 points, which was right. I'm saying that a lot on this show.
They're actually quite good.
We lost at their place. It was one of our worst performances of the season, but then one of our best against them at home on Boxing Day. That Sinistera goal.
I knew you were going to say
what a goal that was. But you bang on there. How do you think it's going to fare this season for them?
Yeah, I'm not. We said this last season. I'm never sure. I'm not sure. They always seem to have too much, don't they? I feel like we'll be stronger than them. I do. I'm going to go a little bit more positive on this one. I'm going to go 4.
We're going to get a point at Craven Cottage?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to lose to them. Actually, I think we might. They might nick something at our place, but I think we're going to have a nice one at Craven Cottage.
All right, okay.
Yeah, why not? Could be a point. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 4.
Next then, Ipswich Town, of course, newly promoted, so we have got no score for them last season.
They surprised everyone, didn't they?
They surprised everyone. You know what I'm really pleased is that McKenna's stuck with them. He could have been wooed by a bigger club, but sometimes loyalty in football is it's something that gets forgotten quite quickly. But he eventually, after flirting with a few other clubs, just thought, you know what, I'm okay where I am. Their fans will be happy with that. Will it be enough for them to stay up though? I think it's going to be difficult for them.
Just stinks of Luton. For me, don't get me wrong, different styles, completely different teams. I just mean that I think they'll put up a really good fight. People will like them. They'll take it to the wire, but they won't quite have enough quality. That's just my early prediction. We don't know obviously what they're going to do in the window, but I think they will just go down.
But how many points will we get off them though? Do you think they'll get something?
But it just stinks of us going there and them just nicking it 1-0, Kiefer Moore header. If he signs for him, obviously. Yeah, I feel like, we can get a point at their place. I'll go 4.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'll go 4. Why not?
Be interested to see how many points we garner when this is worked out. Right, Leicester City then. How are you feeling about them?
Bottom of the league. I mean, they could get a points deduction by the sound of it as well.
Of course.
They've lost Maresca, their manager, to Chelsea, so it's not ideal for them. And as I just said about kind of Ipswich and Luton and that parallel, I think Leicester will be the Sheffield United. I think they're really going to struggle. I really do. I think if with this points deduction that's hanging over them, it doesn't feel right there. They were brilliant, by the way. I mean, they nearly fell off, didn't they?
I'm smelling all 6, Tom.
Are you give me all 6 right now, 100%.
So what? So they're going to be.
I think they're really good struggle. I think they'll lose a few more players. Something's not right there in terms of winning the league and losing your manager, and then going up and you could get a points deduction. It just all seems a bit strange. Do like it as an away day though, so I'm looking forward to going back there. We did beat them last time we were there, and it was when they obviously went down. It was a vital win, wasn't it? So yeah, I fancy us against Leicester.
Right. So Liverpool, we've got our prediction from last season, and we said simply nout, which turned out to be the case.
We are good, aren't we?
We are good, but whereabouts will we be Arne slotting it into this tier list? An unknown entity again, really, but I mean...
Isn't it? We got them quite early at Anfield, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which I quite like, before he gets them going.
I mean, we're not going to get anything at Anfield.
I think by the time we play them at our place, they'll be too good. They'll sort stuff out and they'll beat us. But I think we're going to go to Anfield and nick a point. I think we'll nick a point at Anfield. I do.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm just being like, I think we'll nick a point.
Right.
I think we will.
All right, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in. There we go.
Why not? Let's believe.
Manchester City, we said simply now. It turned out to be simply now. Is it going to be simply now yet again?
Do we talk about it?
Simply now, yeah.
We're never going to get anything off them. Ever.
Could this be? No. I mean, look, with my heart, I think we can nick a point. Our first ever point. With my head, nah. So let's go with our heads, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. We can't do anything other than putting 0 for City.
Right, against Manchester United last season, we said that we thought we'd get a single point. We actually got 4.
Should have got 6.
Should have got 6 of that referee. Was it Tony Harrington? I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, he was awful. This season, I think they're going to be improved. Although they're sticking with Ten Hag.
They are, aren't they? I don't know,
Is he will we know their style? Will we know their style by the time we play them?
They'll probably splash a little bit of money and get a few better bodies. People like, you think of people like Højlund, Garnacho, some of the younger players, Mainu, you would think that experience, they'll get a bit stronger.
Yeah, true.
So I do think they'll be better. And it'd be amazing, but can you win at Old Trafford back to back? I'd be surprised.
But they won the FA Cup.
They did win the FA Cup. I'm either going to say, but we'll rectify the fact that we should have beaten them at home last. I'm going to go 3. That's actually down, by the way, on last season. Remember that. I know it sounds because it's Man United, but no, I think 3. But it's going to be the other. No, we're not. I think we'll lose at their place this time. We've had our Old Trafford day, but we'll do them at ours.
Okay, there you go. Right then, as for Newcastle United, what do you think? I mean, Eddie Howe, as Newcastle United manager in the league, has not beaten the Cherries. They did in the Carabao Cup, but that was an Adam Smith own goal. Forget that. Last season, we said simply now.
Did we?
Yeah, we got 4.
Bloody hell. Yeah, that was, and I look back to that home game, I think that was really pivotal as well. That was when I felt like we turned a massive corner.
Good 2-0 win, wasn't it? Was that Dom Salaki brace?
Yes, it was. And Nick Pope was the best player on the pitch. Like, we should have scored more. And don't get me wrong, if there's Newcastle fans watching, they did have a lot of injuries. Richie had to come on quite early. They've now got Lloyd, obviously.
I'm going to put something out there. I think that they are going to break their duck. Eddie Howe's going to break his duck and actually get a win against AFC Bournemouth this season.
Yeah, that's fair. And we got to go to their place in January. I mean, Jesus. Newcastle in January.
Freezing.
Oh,
point?
Yeah.
2 points.
No, because you just said we'll lose one of them.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go with a point then. I still think we can get something off them, but I think they'll be quite strong. I think they've been shrewd with Lloyd Kelly, as we said on our video. I think that's going to go under the radar a little bit. So I'll go a point.
My mathematics was absolutely shocking there. Sorry about that. It reminds me of a pub game that me and my mates used to play called like Fives Alive, where you're in a group and you have to go Fives Alive, and then you put out your hand, which is 5, or close it, which is 0, but you have to guess the total number of all your mates that are doing it.
I know what you mean.
And I got down to the final 2, and I went 5s alive 10,
and kept your thing. Yeah, love it. Love it.
Sam, sort it out.
Yes,
Nottingham Forest next. Right, we said all 6 at their place. I mean, it just happened. We beat them 3-2 yet again. At our place, not so good. Drew.
Yeah, we didn't play that well, did we?
No, we didn't.
So, we haven't lost for nearly a decade.
Yeah.
Which is mad. We go there on the opening day. I love having a bit of banter with Forest fans. But we've got some Forest fans that we get on with.
Yeah. Not many, but a few.
6. I'm going 6 again. I love it. I love it. Yeah, because we've already won the first game because it's at their place.
Do you think they're going to be in trouble this season?
They're a really difficult one
on
to
the pitch,
predict.
off the pitch. I mean, I don't know.
I think again it's one of them things where I think they'll have a similar one.
I think that
I think they'll be okay.
I was having some like chats with friends, and I was saying, obviously the 3 that are coming up are going to be the 3 that are likely going to be in the mix, of course. Yeah. And I don't think anyone's going to really be out of the mix.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, the rest of the Premier League, God, like really, who else? I think Forest, and like you say, maybe Brentford.
They're the 2 I'd put in early.
But other than that,
I was completely wrong last season, so it seems silly for me to suggest it. Wolves still could, I think. There is that. They dropped right off at the end of the season, but fair play, Gary, they started really well, which kept them all right. Everton, it just feels like but like you said, mate, we feel like we've improved a lot. Fulham always feel like they're going to have too much. Yeah. And then Everton always do. Palace look better. We're glad. You never know if something with if Lopetegui don't work.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're right in there. But again, I think Forest. I hope Forest stay up because it means we get to go there again.
Saints then, now just for context, a couple of seasons ago we did this and we predicted all 6. We only got 3, we won at their place. We didn't win at home. I think we lost 1-0 in a really dull performance. But look, they're back. Our South Coast neighbours, our friends, our foes actually.
They might be.
Is there a rivalry? Who knows?
We've gone quite early at home, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
So
and we always seem to play them at a similar time away.
Yeah, we always get them at home first, don't we?
Yeah.
And we've got them at home in September. So Lauren Fraser might be back early if he signs for them.
Can I just say,
how's he doing in the Euros, by the way?
Yeah, good question. How's he doing? The signing that they've got of Adam Lallana, that is,
I love it as well because
I would say it's a bit underwhelming, really.
Yeah, I thought that would probably happen when he said he wants staying with Brighton. But did you because I think they tweeted out back where it all started or something, and then everyone's just quote tweeting him. Do you remember when he was in the punditry and he went, I'm always Bournemouth. I'm Bournemouth through and through. I'm not Southampton. So, and cheers for millions of pounds that we got when he ended up going to Liverpool. And we'll boo him for no reason. So I can't sit here as an AFC Bournemouth fan and not say we're going to get 6 off Scullers. 6? Yes. But they'll raise their game against us, won't they? No, because they don't care.
Okay, right. 6 then.
They're, but by the way, because I've mentioned it with the others, they're going to be the Burnley, I think, when they'll play good football, try and play out from the back.
Yeah.
Russell
Martin.
Yeah. By the way, that's another thing to add in there. Forget the Southampton thing. Us against Russell Martin.
It's incredible. MK Dons, Swansea.
Didn't just beat them. We always murder Russell Martin teams. So I'm looking forward to that one. And yeah, I think they'll play some nice, neat, tidy football, but they'll get overrun and go back down. I think we forgot a team, by the way. We've missed someone out. Leeds. We didn't do Leeds. I was joking. There's a little joke.
You know what?
I just saw you.
Just did we? Of course they didn't go up. Right, Spurs. You actually had me. We said solid 3 last season, and look, that at home, what was it, 4-0? Madison was absolutely superb.
Only 2 at home.
Yeah?
Only 2-0, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
It felt like
But
4.
yeah, they absolutely murdered us.
Was it not?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That was the season before last, maybe.
Yeah, but at their place, we had 30 shots, didn't we? Lost 3-1. Alex Scott scored, didn't he, his first goal. But
it was 2-0, you're right.
I think the reason we maybe went for this is it was an unknown entity with Ange, wasn't it? Postecoglou. We didn't really know what we were going to see from Tottenham. And they were better than I thought.
And we got 3 points there.
Yeah, previously, yeah, exactly. It was they started really well under Ange, didn't they? And we started poorly, and we played them quite early at our place. They're better than I thought. I do always think with them, don't get me wrong, they've got better players and they're better. They're quite similar to us. They're quite open. It'll be good fun. It's always good fun. But I do think that Tottenham look good. I think we would do well to get a point. Am I going to go over a point? I'm happy to go over a point if you are.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to say Liverpool a point, I think we've got to say Spurs
fine.
a point.
Yeah, I think we can nick a point against them. Let's go with that.
Okay. West Ham United. We said that there were going to be a couple of draws.
It was, wasn't it?
It was a draw. It was a draw on the first game of the season. Jared Bowen equalised, and after Dom Solanke opened this. No, Jared Bowen scored first. Dom Solanke equalised.
And then at their place, it was Dom Solanke, Jared Bowen.
Yeah, it was.
We got that bang on, mate. And it feels like they're always tight games with them.
Yeah, I think it could be the same.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to put it in 2 again, mate, to be honest. It's, like I say, again, we don't know how it's going to work with Lopetegui, but they've still got good players, haven't they? Yeah. Be interesting to see what happens with Paqueta, because there's a ban thing over looming in, so that'll be interesting.
Wolverhampton Wanderers then, we said that we get a decent 4 points. So that'd be 3 drop points at our place.
Lewis Cook
Again, it was another goalkeeping... I think Neto played the ball out to Phil Bill. He was just a little bit lazy on the ball. He shouldn't have been played it in the first place, really.
Like 90th minute with 10 men.
Yeah, 2-1. I didn't go to that game. I was at a wedding. But I went to the away game, and that was a solid performance.
First half, we were 10-0 up. We were unbelievable, weren't we? We just couldn't score, but we got the job done.
Always tight, though. We never blow them away. They never blow us away.
I know what I'm instantly drawn to 4.
Yeah,
I think there's potential to get 6 against Wolves, but trying to lean on the side of caution. I'm not really sure. Depends. They've obviously got some star players, like obviously their Neto and Cunha and stuff. Depends if they can keep hold of them all. I'm happy with 4. You happy with that?
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
We'll go for 4. Right. This is what we've said. If we don't have Dom Solanke,
move them all down one.
How many points? Right, shall we work out how many points we've got here?
Why don't you remind me of that he's probably not going to be here, is he?
Mate, he will be here, don't you worry.
You've said that all along, and I want to be wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps telling me, he ain't going to go. He's going. I think he'll definitely go.
Well, let's see how we do here. Right,
you're doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... We total 49 points, which would be another record, would it?
Yeah, but I'm so annoyed that we didn't hit 50.
Yeah.
So annoyed. See? Could we?
49 points, we're safe as houses.
Oh, well, yeah, don't worry about that. That's going to bite us. Yeah, but I don't think we've been too over the top there at all. I don't.
I said on the video yesterday, I think it was Neil Dawson on our AFCB WhatsApp chat said, I look at these fixtures and sometimes think where are the points going to come from? And I'm still in that mindset of just let's hit 38.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And really, I should be above and beyond that now based on previous season, but I think when you can't help it.
Yeah, and I think when you're the size club, that's got to be a minimum expectation every season.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario is obviously go down, but for us fans, we've got to go, as long as we stay up, that is the bread and butter. But we'll be obviously, let's be honest, we'll be disappointed if we come 17th for 38 points. So, we're trying to go in that direction now. Obviously, we're doing all this before kind of transfer windows, as you mentioned about Solanke and who we bring in and lose, etc. Same with everyone else. So, but it feels like at the moment, the powers that be at the football club are trying to take us. And since they've come in, we've done that. Yeah. And the decisions they made with the head coach, with the signings we made, we've sold, has taken us in that right direction. So it'd be weird for us to be negative and pessimistic because since these owners have come in, we have progressed. So we're going for a little bit of a progression again. How many points did we end up on last season?
48, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we've got literally one more point. And you could argue that that's actually that's not really dreaming, is it?
No,
just one more point. But obviously, we haven't put in this, but we'll win the FA Cup as well. So,
and you know what? I was quite surprised at how relatively accurate we were on previous seasons. That wasn't too bad at all. And
and we only said so. We didn't obviously get it at Forest. So who did we do the double on? Was it just Burnley?
And Palace.
Burnley and Palace, you're right. So we only went for 1 last season. We've done 3 this time.
So look, we're predicting there are going to be 3 doubles. One of them is going to be Southampton. We're going to get 49 points. England are playing tomorrow against Denmark. Tom, the score's going to be.
Oh, 0-0. Absolutely.
Really?
We're going to go there, sit there, 0-0, the worst game of the tournament, and I'm going to. That's what it's all about. We're going to absolutely skank our way to the quarterfinals. We'll probably go out.
Scotland going to lose. Oh. And Milos Kerkez, is he going to pick up anything with Hungary?
I think they could be one of the best placed third because I think they could beat Scotland, which put on 3. I thought he looked all right in the first game. He's still defensively vulnerable, but he bloody gets forward, doesn't he? He's played more wing back.
You know who impressed me? Albania.
Yes.
I thought they were all right.
That was my dad's little pick for a surprise package. He was unlucky there.
Yeah.
But my little surprise package, it was Slovakia. Beat Belgium, didn't they? But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, we're obviously not going to win it, but.
Could we?
Hey, I know that was then, but it could be again.
But it could be again. Right, thanks so much for watching. Look, we'll keep you updated on all things Euros and Cherries. Keep abreast of our Twitter feed. If you want to support us, you can do that, right? No? You don't know? afcbpodcast.com/coffee. And then you can support the channel. And we've got some big news coming up. Yeah.
Oh, do I know about it?
I hope so.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah.
Up the cherries, and we'll see you in the next one. Come on.